one day because I got pissed off at it. Casper was watching from a distance and she kind of looked perplexed. I was like, if I don't do this, I'm going to set this thing on fire.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Uninteresting, episode 153. Episode 153 with Adam, Ian, and Sarah. Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back.
We've missed you so much.
I haven't missed you at all.
Not really, though.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah.
But I don't care that you were away.
Thank you for joining us again for another episode. We appreciate you joining in. If you could, like, subscribe, share. I'm going to get that out of the way because I know you don't get to the end of this thing. Let's not fool each other.
Comment. Tell us your favorite X-Men.
Yeah,
X-Man.
X-Man.
You know how long it's been since I've watched X-Men? I think any Marvel or like, what is X-Men is what?
Yeah, it's Marvel.
Is it Marvel?
Yeah.
Like the Marvel stuff now and like DC and all these like superhero action movies have fallen off of like even giving a shit. I used to like like Batman and I didn't really like
Batman
Superman.
sucks.
You
But
suck.
They,
I hate
Yeah, I
all
know, you don't
comic
care.
books. No, I don't care.
I feel like all movies like that have gotten, for one, corporate, right? It's all about like making money, so they just pump out a bunch. Why do you think they made an Aqua Man? You know what I mean? Like, who wants to see a movie about Aqua Man? But they made it look good, of course.
They're like,
Did
I don't know, I didn't see
they?
it.
Yeah.
Wasn't it
I
Jason
neither,
Momoa?
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
everyone thinks that dude is super hot, so that's
Yeah.
like
Aquaman looks good, but the movie
Yeah.
looks kind of underwhelming.
Does anybody even know any storylines to do with Aquaman? Like, at least you
didn't
know
know.
Spider-Man was bit by a spider. You know what I mean?
I
We
genuinely
only know that because we're on like the 5th iteration of the man.
I wonder if, like Aquaman, you could be like, he had an enema one time. They shot water up his
Oh
asshole.
my god, and he got powers from it.
He got
yes.
powers from this.
He got raped by a squid. It inked in him.
Get him. Yeah, dude. That's but no, they've gotten corporate, man. They just push them out to make money, which a lot of places do, but you don't have a lot of storyline thought anymore, and they kind of just like, I think there's a lot of inconsistencies now, which I wouldn't know like for sure. I just watch people like review movies and
don't
shit.
trust those people. God.
Some of them are snobs, but some of them have a point, you know.
I don't care about the snobs. I'm fine with that. It's just I assume they're idiots.
You know, I was talking to a guy I was working with, and I had said something to him like, man, you know, I think a lot can be learned from YouTube if you just like adjust how you learn, right? Because you can't take it all at face value, and you can learn said thing, but to be like proficient at something or to to actually know something, you have to know how to fix it if it was to break down, right? So if something like a wrench was thrown in the system, you have to know how to like navigate the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like me with electric, I know if I fuck some shit up or if somebody else does, like I can navigate that.
Yeah.
But somebody with no knowledge previously, aside from YouTube videos, couldn't do that. So I'm willing to admit that I can do a lot that a lot of people can't because I can learn from people like that. But I wouldn't be proficient at it until like I took, like got a certification in it or did a apprenticeship, because technically you have to know literally the ins and outs, why and how it works. You know what I mean? But, and that's what he said. He was like, you know, he laughed me off. He was like, oh, that, you know, it's bullshit anyways. And I don't trust nobody on YouTube. And so I'm like, some of those people can be verified as like professionals. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're willing to give up their information to better people's ability to DIY.
Yeah, that way you don't have to spend a shit ton of money to have someone else do it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a firm believer, like I'll have customers like call and I'll walk them through some shit for free. And I've been offered money for that. I'm like, no, you know, we believe in DIY. Like if you want to say
talk
money.
through service.
Yeah, dude. It's a great feeling to like, plus you get to hear the person when they've figured it out and they don't do things like that for a living. They're like, and they're so jacked, man, because they did something, you know.
Yeah.
You're obsolete. I can fix anything.
I am the master. But yeah, dude. And he said that shit to me and he laughed it off and he was kind of being a smart ass. So I was like, I get that. And he was like, unless you like know them personally and you know that they can be, you know, their abilities are and stuff. I'm like, well, But there are quite a few that are giving no information on there. You know what I mean? So you have to weed through that.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll use that as your baseline and then just follow up on their knowledge and say, okay, yeah,
Right.
that's accurate.
Right.
That's where like looking into it
Yeah.
comes into play. If like you're reading something and it says the same shit like over and over and over and over and over again, like that's probably like
Yeah.
accurate. That's
Pretty
Probably
close.
accurate.
Yeah.
It's like even with Stephen Hawking, like you could read his shit and it's Stephen Hawking. So you're like,
Yeah.
this guy's a genius. But what do other people say?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that there. What was the last telescope that was put in? The James something.
James Earl Jones.
Can you just see him
James Earl
flying on a
Telescope.
rocket attached to the big face of James Earl Jones? And when it finds a planet that can conceive life, it's like his voiceover comes in and just
That
like,
would be
like,
awesome. What was the voice?
I can't do it.
Do
It's
it.
super low. And it's like, oh, but
This planet can make babies.
This is Jupiter and I don't know anything else about it. That
Ooh.
wasn't deep at all.
What
That's
about
just-
I wonder
as
if
I
the,
go.
the dog from Sandlot would be his co-pilot.
God.
Maybe he takes his pet Cujo up there with him. Not Cujo, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever the hell
What
its
is
name is.
Yeah, maybe it's Babe.
Yeah, it's
Frank.
all
Baby.
slobbery and horrible.
James
Yeah.
Earl Jones and Frank.
Frank. But no, but yeah, like, and then you go and like read other people's things. But they shot I'm gonna look at the telescope that is just like shot in the motherfucking sky, whatever. So they're trying to prove the multiverse theory with this like shooting lasers at the edge of the universe, pretty much, and seeing if it goes beyond that, like past the James Webb. Damn, man, I was so close. I knew it was James
That's
something.
like Darth Vader and Spider-Man together.
This shit does look like a fucking something out of Star Wars, though. Have you ever seen it?
No.
It has like a wind cell on it and shit. It looks something
okay,
like
cool.
it. Yeah.
Wait, is it the kind of thing they're shooting a laser at it to like power it?
Oh yeah. They power it forward with it. Yeah, man. I forgot about that
Alright.
too. Yeah, I should have mentioned that one. But that's
No.
cool though.
That's
To
fine.
get
No,
it.
I don't care about space. I don't even think it's real.
You
Here
don't
we
think
go.
space is real?
Hey,
No.
if you get a chance,
right?
man. Yeah, it's fucking sick. And then
Yeah.
the cell opens up in the back, and then you're right, they shoot lasers at it to get it close to light speed. Eventually, like it doesn't do
Wow.
it right away, but
Yeah.
it's not like warp drive, but close. But what you were saying, like that, I think this is very interesting, man. I want to shoot you a video, and you got to watch it. But apparently, throughout history, time after time, different continents and different what do they call those societies? But they're the people who get ruled over. They're fucking whatever. So
Civilization.
Yeah. Different civilizations. It's been known that multiple people throughout the years have thought about the Earth being hollow.
Yeah.
That
Well, it is.
that it was flat. Well, of course we
Yeah.
know the flat one, right? And that there was like no space and shit like these concepts that we believe that we're disrupting shit. You're not like a lot. This has been thought, and not only thought, but thought by like very reputable scientists in their time. That we still like back some things up now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but doctors of the time were like, yeah, just put some leeches on it.
Put some fucking
You'd
leeches.
be fine. I'm reputable.
Bloodlet that bitch.
Just drill that hole in their head. It'll be fine.
Ooh,
But that's how
yeah.
you progress. You gotta fuck some shit
You gotta
up.
drill some holes in people's
Yeah.
heads.
Yeah.
Isn't that odd though that that's how we have to progress is by like smacking a hammer with flint,
Yeah,
over and
definitely.
over till it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I just think it's odd that, but you don't think in a modern time though. Like I'm not, disprivy because I've never been there. So who's to say I'm right that there is a space? You know what I mean? Or if I talk about it, so my belief is invalid. But it's weird though, that, like in modern times, that we're still like putting out these archaic ideals that have been proven like differently by scientists, not by us personally.
Well,
but,
I mean, it's like there's the in between of the Amazon people that just have huts, and then modern scientists. Like even the in between exists in America.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, I've come out of the hut, but I don't know what's going on in science. So I'm just gonna throw some shit at the board.
Yeah, something's bound to work out. I think too, like a lot of us, man, I think we try too hard to like disrupt shit, and then inevitably we circle back around. So we'll make like 10 steps forward and then like 20 steps back, and then maybe like 15 steps forward and then 5 more steps back. I mean, it's just so odd that we're like that, man. That's what we do. And God forbid an asteroid come along and knock out a shitload of us, because we'll come back with the same dumbass million-year-old fucking ideals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wild. And we'll have to rebuild from square one.
Well, we'll probably be dead.
Yeah, we'll
I
definitely
will
be
live
dead.
forever.
Okay, well then you need to tell the people.
I'll tell everyone.
All right.
Don't you worry.
I hope
Don't you worry, future people.
I won't
Future
really be
people.
able to like explain anything properly, but I'll tell them. They'll get the gist.
It's like that fucking comedian guy, Nate Bergatz or whatever.
Bergatz,
Yeah. He's like, I'd go back in time. It wouldn't make any
Absolutely.
difference.
You'd be like, I have a cell phone.
Yeah.
Well, how does it work?
fucking know.
Something to space.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
It's a satellite.
I'd just be a waiter.
That's weird to think about, that you would have to like, because somebody said that. I was watching something that they were saying our reality is just like, this is the user interface. Like me looking at you and interacting with the world is like looking at the phone, right? So you see the screen and you can push the buttons and you can fuck with it, right? But you don't actually know how the inner workings, the chips, the
Was it that fucking dude that was talking to Lex Friedman?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think it's a beautiful
Probably.
fucking way to think, man, because he was, just speaking like that could be obviously true, because I've said it before. I always think that the world around us is just what our brain has made up, has created to make sense of all the madness. If you've ever taken mushrooms or DMT, you know that madness that happens. Right?
What are mushrooms?
But they so like the user interface is the brain that's like fucking making it all make sense for now, but you don't see right underneath the surface where all those electrical currents are and atoms.
It's like the code in the Matrix.
yeah
Yeah.
man.
All
And
I
I
see
think
is
it's great.
skin. I don't see the green threes.
Right. That's what it is, man. I can get on board with that. I'm okay with that idea. Because it's like if you were sent back in time with a piece of technology and you're like, this will change my life, right? But you go back, well, the satellites aren't there to run it.
Right.
They're in the sky.
It does
And
nothing.
you don't know
It's
what
a
the
brick.
fuck runs it.
Yeah.
And what if you go back to where there's no electricity? You can't even charge that motherfucker. You
Well, I'd
know?
like to think as long as I went back far enough, I could just show them, like, look at what I'm wearing. Do I look like I'm one of you?
No shit.
Where's my suit?
They'll just assume you're like a fancy whore. Clearly, that's where you got those clothes.
Fancy whore.
Then screwing the proper people. I'm European.
Yeah, I was.
I'm here.
Damn it! I was gonna say you must be French.
Yeah.
We're on
Yeah,
the same
close
Good
page.
thing that's not in Europe.
Well, no, I'm saying that we're on the same page.
Yeah, France is in Europe.
I know that.
I don't know that.
I've been to Europe.
Aw.
Oh, somebody's cooler than us.
Yeah, I'm short. Like Johnny Depp probably is, because
Obviously.
he has more money to like buy Coke and stuff.
Coke.
I've done coke on every country in the world.
On every country, not in it. On it.
Do you think that he'll be all right when, like, say he gets super old? Do you think he'll fucking still act, Johnny Depp? Well, I
No.
mean, given the current situation, maybe it'll take him a while to get back in the game. But
Nah, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
He'll
Think
find
so.
some independent director. That's,
ooh,
he'll just
that'd be dope though.
he'll
Right?
link up with that dude.
Yep, that guy.
Who's that dude?
Absolutely, he
Yeah.
He's
will.
in Europe now because he bangs
Is he
like
in
a
France?
16-year-old.
Oh, damn it!
I think he is in France.
Is it Tim Burton?
No.
Okay, cool.
He
Well, you
likes
said
old ladies.
dude,
But
so I
is
don't
it?
know.
He's a dude.
He's a dude.
If anybody
Oh.
knows that dude, give me a call.
We're all dudes, hey?
You know what? I got to thinking I want to do an episode in tribute to. All right, look, not Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson's more of like the. He likes everything to be very, very fucking symmetrical, right? And wide and open and lonely, whatever.
Well, I mean, some of his stuff.
Like
Fucking,
my
I always forget it
vagina?
right when I'm.
Have you ever seen The French Dispatch? Come on.
No, I haven't seen a lot. I need to fucking go and like watch a lot of his. But fuck, every time I go to say his name, I can't ever remember it. But
Paul Thomas
David
Anderson.
Lynch. David Lynch.
David Lynch.
Okay.
Uh,
David Lynch.
They call it's a word for empty spaces, but they call it something. I'll fucking think of the word, right?
Yes.
But it's where they have like, so the red room, and then in Mulholland Drive there's another room that kind of looks a lot like the red room. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'll show it to you.
Is
But
it
you know.
yeah, I assume it's a Club Silencio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Where
then
it's like the stage and shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's super like wide open. It kind of gives you that feeling like you're alone or that you've stepped into a alternate universe
Yeah.
where nobody exists except you.
No I Panda. There
That's
is
what I
no
wanted-
band.
I want to do an episode like that, man. Just clear everything out of a room, green screen that bitch, and make it go for infinity. Oh,
That'd be
give them
cool.
weird feelings, you know,
I would
in
like
their
that.
pants.
All I can find is negative space. So
It has a name,
I'm
but it's
trying to find it.
yeah, but yeah, man, we should do that one time. If I can just give it wide open.
That'd be cool.
I would like to have like a warehouse that we could clean out, and then like green screen everything,
Yeah.
and then like build a world and live in it.
I'd like to
That'd be dope.
occasionally have Omen doing the cute pose, like go by in the background.
That's right. It's but I think it's odd though, like because all these directors and shit, they have a certain way of filming, especially your more independent. They're not. I mean, let's face it, they're both very fucking like mainstream, but they're not in the same sense.
Yeah, they are, but they're not.
Yeah, their movies are very
They're
widely
like the top
known.
of the bottom.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So they
Or
still
the bottom
have
of the top.
they still get to be attached to that indie fucking space to where they can still be creative and not have to make profit on every fucking thing they do, and everything they do doesn't have to be understood or fucking comprehensive for dummies, you know?
Right.
Especially not David Lynch, man. Like,
No.
you know, if he spent
Lynch
time
man.
fucking
David Lynchman.
Lynchman. If he spent time fucking like explaining his movies and putting in scenes that were like explaining the scene before,
Yeah.
that shit would be way longer.
I would really like to hear him explain his shit. Though maybe just one, because I'm not convinced he has an explanation for everything.
Oh, some of it he doesn't.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like
it's just
specifically in Mulholland Drive, there's like a blue box and a blue key.
yeah.
And like in his book, Catching the Big Fish, he's like, I have no idea what those were. So yeah, he doesn't always know.
That's awesome. The fuck.
That's cool.
That's why I was wondering if like he truly knows like every time he's like, this is why I'm doing it, whatever. Or if he's like shooting and he's like, this looks good to me, this is like creative to me,
Yeah,
and
well,
just let it fly.
He's all about abstract stuff, and he reads a lot of like Buddhist kind of like Vedic Hindu stuff,
Yeah.
and he's obsessed with like space and the inner workings of that and consciousness, and he's just like,
Yeah, man.
this would look cool in a painting, and it makes me think certain things.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah, I think
More whooshing.
more whooshing. It does make me happy though that he's fucking like that he goes outside the realm like that. But I would like to see more of Wes Anderson stuff because the stuff that I did watch of them explaining and shit, I was like, God, it just looks good. And there's a reason why they explain in this whole video of like why it looks good to the human eye. Why do we feel something from it?
It's just so fucking crisp.
Yeah, man.
Like all of his camera movements, it's just,
Everything's so fucking spot on.
yeah.
I like
So
it.
crisp.
Symmetry, proper screen placement for things, and it's just,
Yeah.
And I like that his characters are so like detached and cold, but there's still like a strong emotion on like one dimension with them.
Yeah.
So they're not like completely dead, but they don't care about most things.
You know, that's I don't know how. I know as a director, like you don't have to worry about the camera and sound and blah blah blah. Like you have it, you can just give the ideal out and then people execute, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it would be odd to you think about that, like them thinking forward like a chess match, I guess. Like this is what I'm doing and why I'm doing it because it's gonna feel like this, and we have to get this angle with these symmetrical lines, and it's gonna look great and it's gonna turn people's eyes on and shit. You know what I
Very
mean? Like,
big way of thinking.
yeah.
It's, collective.
Mastery of a craft.
Yeah.
That's why I could never play chess. I don't know how. Well, I mean, I'm sure if I played it enough.
Yeah, you could
right?
if you practiced.
Yeah, that's why it's big where you have to like think 10 moves ahead, and that's like weird.
And you got to think about the other person's moves.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the what is that called? You have 3 doors you have to guess from, but whatever it's variable change.
I don't know.
Yeah, variable change.
Yeah,
When
sounds
say
good
I
to
can
me.
think 10 moves ahead of time, right? But say after the first 2, the guy doesn't make the move I think he's gonna make or she's gonna make. That is variable change, so you have to account for that within your 10 moves. Like now it turns to 20 or 30.
You're closing a bunch of doors.
Fuck this.
Will you turn my headphones down a little bit?
Turn my motherfucking headphones down. What about that?
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Perfect. Yeah,
I
cool.
appreciate that.
But yeah, I wish I think I want to practice on being a better director. Yeah. I think because I'm always like when I'm working, even with like electric, dude, it's like I'm always like, I gotta get everything done. And I'll like race to just do it myself. For one, it's like insecurities where I don't want to ask for help. And then for 2, I just don't know in the rush if I can truly explain myself and why I want something. And then I get all like butthurt if I have to repeat myself and stuff. So I just like, well, I'll cut out all of the stuff and just do it myself. And I think it's not beneficial because then I can't like, I think about like shooting Lance's video. I wish I had more time on the storyline in the beginning, you know? And then, but we rushed through that and then got a million shots of the art, you know? So, but it would be odd to be a director, have like people that like are on their shit and you're just like, I want it to look like this, and boom. It's just like, fuck.
Damn it.
I loved it.
For your next shit, you should just have a clear vision for the beginning and the end, and then just fuck around in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking dig that, man. Because that would be a huge change of pace. And I would like to see, because I think we do well. I think some of it has to do with luck and just shooting a lot of things. But could you imagine like shortening down all the clips that I had to get? You know, we could just get very purposeful shots and then just mess around for the B-roll stuff in the in between. Like that would be beneficial because I wouldn't have to sort through hundreds of fucking videos.
Yeah.
You
It
dig?
is.
Oh, liminal spaces. Liminal.
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 It's strangely familiar places in movies explained. So you feel connected to that place.
Yes.
You've seen the back rooms, right? In Google Maps. The back rooms. Yeah. So somebody had put out a thing that was like, we want you to like go forth and find like empty space, liminal spaces on Google.
Okay, yeah, where it's like it was once alive and there's stuff, and now it's all just desolate, and everybody's like, that's creepy and weird.
Yeah, like that. And then
I like that stuff. I would like to visit those places.
Yeah, what they did was they, in search of all those spots, they found these back rooms on Google Maps. You click on it, and then you fall into this infinite hole, or this infinite hallway, or this infinite office building. Like it's awesome. Like you go look at it, and nobody knows where they came from. Nobody knows who started them.
Yeah, there's soundtracks for that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I enjoy.
Weird. It makes you wonder. I wonder who's doing that.
So weird. Probably people from Lost Dimensions.
Yeah, I'd like to know who does
People of the Void.
I wish I could come up with something like that. If people just, it doesn't make sense. Really, there's no purpose behind it, but it's like just, getting people talking.
Well, I mean, they're also the same shitheads that think creepypasta is edgy. So.
Creepypasta. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like Slenderman type stuff.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
What? Oh.
I don't know.
I thought you hated me.
Oh, no. No, I'm just intrigued.
It's like, what? You don't like weird shit?
I love weird shit. That's just weird.
Have a Slender Man ish story that like floats around out here underneath that bridge, the train bridge, whatever you call it, truss, underneath the truss. And apparently there's like a goat human.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was hoping you were gonna say.
Yeah.
Is
I've heard about
weird?
that guy. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
People have died looking for him on the tracks.
And people
probably-
die
Yeah,
constantly.
probably because he's killing them
yeah,
and
it's-
eating their legs.
happens all the time. It's constant.
Good.
People dead.
Do you know what they call him? Like what the name is or
I
what?
think he's just Goatman.
Goatman? Yeah. That's it's odd. Like I never knew that. One day I was like, I want to take pictures of this thing. It's a cool location, whatever. And we went to shoot some pictures. And then I looked on the internet, and then that popped up. I'm like, what?
I think it
weird.
might be in that cryptid book that I have. I don't know that I was telling you about the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what it would be.
Cool.
I'll check it out if I can ever find it again.
I hope you can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know this right now.
your
Moving
tripod.
sucks, dude.
Yeah,
Moving sucks.
I'll never have a tripod again. Moving sucks. All my stuff's locked up. I don't know
There's
where
still-
anything is. I don't know where Freya's shock collar is, so she just barks all the time. I don't have my
find
cool
that.
books. I don't know.
Oh my
Find the
god.
shot collar.
But, at least I know where my my shaving stuff is. So
Yay.
maybe I'll use that sometime.
Maybe.
No, it's not worth it.
That's 5 years later we've been in here.
Yeah.
And we still have like boxes that haven't quite been unpacked, like in
Yeah.
the garage.
They just sit in the garage.
That's
They'll be
crazy.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, whatever. It's
Yeah.
one day they'll be open, I think, maybe, probably not. But
You could
I
just,
would throw them away.
just get rid of them at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
And sell them to someone or to give it to someone.
I
Or
was thinking just give a box to a homeless dude.
yeah.
Here you go, man. Whatever's in it's yours.
It's yours.
That's right.
Do
Draw-
what you want.
Draw a crown on the outside of it. I think it's cool.
How often have you thought about like going through your house? Right. I've thought about this often. I kind of went forth and tried to do a little bit the other day, but I didn't get far because it takes a while. But going through your house and anything that you haven't picked up in like a year or two, you just
Yeah.
like throw it away without even thinking. Or you like give it to Goodwill. But Goodwill, if you like pack it to give to Goodwill, you kind of have that like in between time where you might keep it and hang on to it still. So you don't want to do that.
Well, I've pretty much done that between the moves I've made. I've pretty much gotten rid of all the crap that I don't need or use.
Yeah.
I have, a few boxes of like sentimental crap, but even between moves, I'll open that stuff up again. And if I can't remember where it came from, I'm like, yeah, time to get rid of that.
Yeah. Hell yes.
But, I figure if I ever really need to just trim stuff, I'll just throw out all Casper's things. Just half my
This
shit
must
gone.
go. That's it sucks because I have like a lot of interest in hobbies and shit, and I will keep fucking just broken electronics just around the house because I'm like, oh, I might take a resistor off there or a fuse or
Yeah.
Well,
Or
and I don't
potentially
understand.
or
So I
something.
told him, I said, put that stuff in the garage. That's
Yeah.
what the garage
That's
is
a
for.
perfect spot for that.
Because you can keep it as long as you want. You'll use it eventually.
maybe.
Well,
he
you
puts
should
it in the corner in here.
get some boxes and label them, and then go ahead and just take the parts that you would use, and then put them in boxes
take
and
them
label
off.
them. Like, oh, here's my.
Yes.
I don't know what parts exist, but here's my
lot.
doomajig.
Yes.
And you got a box of those.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't care how long you keep. I don't even care that they're in the house, but we do have a garage, and that's what
Yeah.
a garage is for.
You know,
yeah.
what I'm happy that we haven't done though, and I think a lot of people get into this trap, is putting things in the attic.
Yeah.
Like the attic is a place that, for one, some of the attics I've been in, I don't understand how they haven't caught fire yet, and then like, so you can't like really put that shit out because that's just fuel for the fire that is dry because it's been in the attic. It's fucking all pretty much cardboard and
Spontaneous
shit.
attic combustion.
Yeah, dude. This shit gets up way past 100 and something degrees, 150. If you don't have a vent, it's way past 150 degrees, right?
Yeah.
And say you have like something that has a battery in there, you forgot, right? And that battery explodes and then catches fire, especially if it's lithium. It explodes
Jesus
and burns
Christ, I
some
didn't
shit
think about
down.
that.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible
Yeah.
time.
Lithium
people
fucking
don't think that.
burns like crazy.
Yeah, man.
It's
Yeah, when it
terrible.
comes into contact with air, bro, it just
bursts into
goes up.
flames.
Oh, and air, and I only say that because of moisture in air. It actually reacts with water, but we have a lot of moisture in Kentucky air.
Yeah.
So it's fucking
Our
stupid.
air is just water, basically. Or basically fish.
Yo, it does.
Yeah.
It seriously feels like here, if you walk outside during summer, like Monday and then like some days last week, it feels like you're walking through air. Like usually
Yeah.
you're just in the air, but when you feel like you're actually like fucking,
Yeah.
Maybe that's a plan from the government. They're going to make the air so humid. It's like, you can't have flying cars because we don't trust you, so we're just going to make the air swimmable.
Fuck, man. I can see that fucking happening, bro, because I already feel like I can swim. I feel like I could step on it as like a ladder.
Yeah.
You know? It's
Well,
weird.
get up to this roof and just kind of...
Just keep walking.
You could just form it and just, well, I'm just, okay, as you go, just
build
make
a
it.
house out of it now.
Go.
But no, it does. I mean, I don't really know how that shit works. I mean, I understand how humidity works and stuff, but I don't know why it doesn't dissipate faster, or if there's like a wind blowing, if it doesn't like move away quicker.
Yeah, like go somewhere.
And it doesn't go nowhere. It fucking just stays stagnant and fucking gets mold
It's
and
like
mildew.
putting a fan in a room full of farts. Where's it going to go? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, with no like crack in the window.
Yeah.
It's why I've always thought, why don't they build like a smokestack between outer space and our inner atmosphere, and then just like release some of it out in this? I know that doesn't work that way.
How are you going
I
to keep
like
stuff
the
from
idea.
getting in?
Put a fan in there, like an exhaust fan,
Yeah.
so constant pressure out.
One way only.
Let's blow that UV ray out of there.
Just put a one-way sign. It'll
respect
understand. Yeah.
Respect it.
I listen to the laws of nature. Why not the laws of man?
Exactly.
This could be just one of those shitty meme fucking video bullshit, but they were like Kendrick Lamar's, I wanted to say this, that sounds so stupid now that I say it out loud. Kendrick Lamar's spiritual teacher, his guru of sorts.
Yeah.
I was listening to some shit he was saying. He's a weird guy. If this all true, he's weird, but he was talking about like the sun and the photons from the sun, and that the photon was here long before we were, and the first photon that reached our planet and started to heat it up and create water and steam and all this other shit. It was just like all life resides in that first photon that hit the earth. So it would be not beyond thought that the sun is our God, if you will, because it created us. It didn't create the universe, the Big Bang, or whatever, infinite nothing, whatever. But the sun created us, because without the sun, there would be no us.
Indeed.
So I just thought it was weird. And the way he was saying it, I'm paraphrasing terribly, but yeah, man, it was awesome.
Yeah,
I was
you're
like,
not
I
a
can see
guru.
that.
Well, I mean, it makes sense like with the Egyptian shit, you know. Oh, the sun's out. The crops
Sun
are
guy.
good. The sun goes down. The crops aren't as good. If it stays down, the crops are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's their God. And you know, I think the video that was attached to was talking about like staring into the sun and staring and becoming with the photon and you know, becoming united with the sun, you know, in a way. And if you think about it, you know how they used to tell you can't stare at the sun, you'll eventually go blind and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And then the guy in the video was like, I've never known anybody that's ever gone blind from looking at the sun. And I was like, I don't either.
No,
Do
I
you know
don't
anybody
either.
who was like, you know, I just stared too long
No.
and now I'm blind?
No.
I know it hurts.
It does hurt.
Yeah. I see white dots for a while.
Yeah, a bunch of little ones
I also
too.
I don't know anybody that's been trampled by an elephant,
Ah,
but it happens.
yeah. Well, I, you know, at least seen a video of that.
Oh, I want to see that.
I read a story of an elephant that it was at someone's funeral.
It must have been an Indian.
It grabbed
funeral.
the fucking body and threw it in the
Oh,
air.
shit.
Oh yeah. And it was,
You kidding me? Was it
No.
was the person inside the coffin the owner of said elephant?
I'm not actually sure. You know, I didn't get the backstory as to
No.
what was going on. I don't know if this person like harmed the elephant or
Yeah.
something because it was furious.
I remember like a headline of that sort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's like, didn't the elephant like fuck with her before she died?
Yes.
Too? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like,
it
I'm
was
on
like
a tear of
vendetta.
vengeance.
Yes.
Fuck this bitch.
Dude, that's awesome. I
Rest in pieces, whore.
had feelings, man, and it was showing its feelings. That's
Yeah.
You ever heard the story of that chimpanzee? What the fuck is its name? I forget it, but who like mauled that lady and ate her face off and she died.
Yes.
I remember that story.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one, and I'm like,
It was on drugs.
You think?
Yes.
Was it really?
It was, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think, was it like
It was,
Xanax or something?
Yeah, I think it was detoxing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some wild shit. It wasn't just, oh, here's a monkey that attacked
Mhm.
this
Oh, they
lady.
left
Yeah.
that out of
There
it.
was
Yeah.
some shit
Yeah.
going down.
What?
Yeah.
Why was she
The-
giving the monkey?
And I feel like she had been told not to do a certain thing, and she did this thing.
There was some things occurring.
Xanax monkey.
So it ripped her face
Xanax
off.
monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You know, it baffles me too. I think it bugs me more than baffles me because I know that we're just idiots. But like, you know, when
This is wee shit.
when like a dad drops his kid into the lion's cage, you know, and then like accidentally drops him over everything because he's hanging, whatever the story is, or somebody climbs in and gets stuck,
Yeah.
and then like the gorilla or the tiger is like either, you know, hurt you a little bit or is like carrying you around like you're theirs now. And then they'll like shoot and kill the fucking animal. Like, this is beyond ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like, it is a wild animal, right? Technically, you're a wild animal. So,
No.
fucking know
Technically
your
you're not.
place.
We're domesticated.
You don't
Definitely,
drop
we're
your
like little
child
puppies,
in.
chihuahuas.
Yeah.
In
Next
the
thing-
animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Leave
We're as-
your kid at
we're as
home.
wild as a caged parakeet.
Caged parakeet.
Although I
That's-
guess some caged parakeets are just snatched from the wild.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Snatch that bird from the
Got
wild.
this motherfucker off a
parakeet
bush.
in my hat.
Parakeet.
Sorry, I heard you. It took a second to. I
That's
was reading about this.
I swear, man, I'd fucking, I wish that somebody would turn, like, at least, don't even, like, shoot the human that shot the animal, but just, like, hit him with a fucking blowgun with a dart that
Yeah.
has, like, a poison that's not gonna kill him, but it will, like, make him think twice
Make a
about
toe
killing him.
fall off.
Yeah.
What you
something.
should do, you should like switch them for a couple days. You should make the human stay in the
On the cage
in the
and
cage
shit.
for a while and make them live the life of the animal.
And the animal goes home and
in the
takes over
suit
that
and
person.
tie
Yeah.
and goes
No,
to like the.
I'm willing to, like, think about
Always
this a little
in the
further.
clothes.
About animal, like, we're not wild animals. This is weird because when like guys in prison, it always kind of like drew a parallel to a wild animal at a zoo or in a cage. Like, you say they put them in solitary confinement when they come out. I mean, they act out because of, you know, the punishment that they gotten in prison. And then when most people, that's why it's so hard to get out of the cycle of just like fucking up right when you get out, because they make it so hard for one, and there's other things. But you've been locked in a fucking, I mean, like a 6x9 cage for, let's say, 5 years, right?
Yeah.
That's a long fucking time, bro.
Yeah.
God forbid your case is what are they, high profile, because you'll have to stay in administrative segregation pretty much the whole time, right? So, I mean, it's just odd, man. They think you're gonna come out normal, and you're not. Like, if you let a wild animal out, they're gonna eat a
Well,
human
that's what-
quickly.
I think it's killer whales. There's no reported, like human deaths of with killer whales in the wild,
Yeah.
but it all happens in captivity.
Yeah.
Because they're like, fucking leave me alone, let me go.
That's
Get me the fuck out of here.
Could you
Free me,
imagine that?
bitch.
Yeah.
I know, like, when I was in prison, like, being locked up, it was just, you get used to it, I think, because humans, we become, like, we get in the habit, and we're like, all right, we're cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But,
You adapt.
yeah, at first, dude, it's super hard, especially when you're first in, you have no clue about it, and, like, you're literally controlled, like a dictator. Like, a dictator tells you what you can do, what you can't, and then, like, even if you're sick or you're hurt or you just got in a fight, got your shit busted in, like, you have to follow their shit, and then they don't take care of you well, and they don't give a shit about your well-being and all this other stuff, and it's weird. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing to get used to, and I
Yeah.
can see why people get out and fucking go crazy, right? I can see that.
For
makes
sure.
sense.
Yeah. I would hope that played into, because I got a lot of time my first time, and I didn't learn because I was so fucking jacked to be out of the place that was just so oppressive, bro.
Yeah.
And I think I continued to fuck up because of that until I had somebody that was like, you know,
You gotta
this is different,
relax.
man. It's just weird.
What are you doing, guy?
It's just, but it draws a parallel to like an animal caged up. I don't think I'm not. I know that in some cases we have to do it, right? Because you have to. They're becoming extinct. They have to get them together and have babies and stuff. Try to build back the species.
Yeah, but even that it's like a semi-normal environment for them.
Yeah, they're not building the population through zoos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Plus, at least with a criminal, it's like I'm in here because I fucked up. An animal, it's like, why am I here? What the hell?
What
Right.
even is this?
They darted me, and now they're just feeding me scraps.
Darted me. Okay, so I asked if you can go blind from staring at the sun. It says more serious damage is known as solar retinopathy. This occurs when UV light literally burns a hole in the retinal tissues. It damages the rods and cones of the retina and can create a small blind spot in the central vision known as a scotoma.
Damn.
It can fuck some shit up.
In the
Hell
central
yeah.
vision, did you know that you have no cones in the center of your eyeball that receive light? Did you know that your brain makes up the center portions of both eyes?
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
that is crazy.
Now people think that somebody said that. I was talking to our buddy that had brain surgery, man. They like took out some stuff, and then he had some trouble with like speech and other things. Like his tongue was like having a hard time making the words out, moving.
Yeah.
But he gained it back quite quickly, man. It was crazy. And there's no like nerves and shit in the brain, so they had him awake and a little bit numb and shit, of course, but awake while they were poking around.
I can still feel some of it.
And then like they had him like doing things, and then if he had stopped doing those things or whatever, stopped talking right and stuff, that we'll back up the needle and fucking whatever. That's just fucking crazy that your brain can just make up new. We were talking about this. So Alzheimer's, right?
Yeah.
So I got to watching a video on that, and it's because of shit. I already forgot the type of plaques, but it's a buildup.
Sign number 1.
They come from like stress and shit during the day. We all have them, but people who don't get good sleep or stressed out, all that shit, their brain doesn't like pick out those plaques and then disperse them into the body, right?
Right.
So anyways, long story short, there's ways around getting Alzheimer's, or if you're beyond the 2%, they get it by hereditary, right?
Yep.
Hereditary.
Yeah.
So if you're beyond that, right? And but they said that if you are a person like to help you if you do get it, if you think it runs in the family and shit, is to like daily or even weekly fucking find a new hobby all the time and just learn as much as possible, because the brain will rely on those extra synapses that you create through learning to get around. Like say I forget how to take a shit. Well, it'd find a way to get around that and take a shit, because now you've built these other pathways through learning.
Yeah.
So if you just continue to learn in your life and you don't stagnate and then like, just do the job, no, and retire, and then you get Alzheimer's, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Now I can't take a shit. Well, you want to take a shit, if you get Alzheimer's, fucking learn some shit or some
I want to
things.
take a shit.
Want to take a shit.
That's awesome.
I know, I just had that shit in my mind, like that, whatever, is it choroidal? I don't know how to say it. It's probably nothing. It doesn't even start with a C.
No, it doesn't.
Plaques. How do you spell plaques?
Plaqueus.
Ah, look at that. From Alzheimer's.
Plaque.
Away.
Rape.
Yeah. It's not really a rape burp if you just say it after.
Rape.
Oh, amyloid.
Amyloid.
That's way. I think I was thinking
close.
about it. What's the type of microphone?
Don't me like that. Your man was close.
That was not coidal.
No, I was thinking of
That's exactly what he meant.
the type of microphone that comes from that uses directional choroidal. I don't know why I can't fucking say that word.
Because you're an idiot.
I'm gonna spell it for you, and then you're gonna say it.
Great.
Is that cool?
That's what I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I want to know what the
All
word
right.
is.
I
I'm gonna
love
tell it to
reading
It's gonna be
out
awesome.
loud.
If I could ever I can't spell it close enough for Google to. Oh, there it is. Oh, cordial. I can say that.
Oh, cordial.
I was reading it wrong, I guess.
Well,
Did you
if
see
it's,
it? Cordial.
if it's in the avenue of cherries, it's cordial.
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 Oh, Cherry
Cordial,
Mike.
cordial.
Yes. Yeah, man. I was thinking about grabbing some new microphones. I was looking at Shure mics, bro.
Yeah.
My God, man, they're so expensive. Why would a microphone? You know what's in these? Do you want to know? There's this little ceramic plate that sits is like backed on a piece of metal
Right.
that catches vibration,
Yeah.
and then this is just like a condensing board. All
Yeah,
it does is
in
just
these,
process.
Do you know what they put in Shure mics?
No, do you?
Angel souls.
Angel soul.
And that's why they're so much.
I can see, man. Will the angels sing to me? Angel.
I was like, fuck it, I stand by it. Look it up.
Look it up.
I'll look it up.
But yeah, dude, I don't know why a microphone would be that much, but I guess
Because they're
too,
really good.
it's more, I think more so to do with like, say I come up with a brand like Monster Cables, right? Or Apple or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
you can charge outrageous price because when you look at, and I'm not like down in any companies, trust that, right? I know that they do that for their investors and shit. But when you like make a product that, let's say per unit $5, $10, right? And then you sell
Which
it
one do you
for
want to say?
either one, even if it's 20, and then you sell it for
Calm
$1,000.
down. Let's say 10.
Or even their laptops, I don't think are that much. You know what I mean?
Oh,
To
come on.
actually
They're at
produce.
least 700.
You think? I don't think it's that much.
I don't know. I was just thinking, like, in terms of, like, with the iPhones and shit, the screens alone cost an ass load.
Well, they cost like you and I an ass load.
No, they cost them an ass load.
Now? Or
Like, as of,
for all time?
like, 4 or 5 models ago. Because they started buying their screens from Samsung, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I will say, like, that's Samsung is by far the best screen company that makes like LCD, LED,
Yeah.
all that shit the best. Like Sony can eat a dick, all the like Samsung. Samsung has created the largest LCD screen. They're like top in line on everything when it comes to like that shit.
That's cool.
Digital display.
You're paying for peace of mind.
Yeah.
Digital display.
So, and that's my thing. Like when we were talking about Apple and then paying all this money, all my products are Apple, and then I go in there with a one little fucking scratch thing, but like whatever, and then they want $100 to fix it. It's like I don't quite get it. And I bought like insurance on it, and I know it would be more otherwise if I didn't have the insurance, but it baffles me. I get it. I'm not mad at you because I know you're a company and this is another way to make revenue, but that's fucked up, right?
Rape.
That's a raper.
You can be mad at companies. I feel like it's worthy of anger.
Do you think you could run a company and like do it the right way instead of like how they're doing it? Or how any company right now is
Well,
doing
I
it?
couldn't run a company, but if I could, I could do it the right way.
That was a loud pop in your nose.
It's a little snizzle.
A little snizzle.
So
No
if
snout.
it was the kind of thing, like if I actually created a company, I could do it reasonably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's why I wish that. So, okay, it's like buying weed from a weed dealer, right? And he's the middleman to the plug. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Follow me here.
Right.
And this dude tells you, bro, I bought this ounce for $200, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to make anything off of it when I sell it to you for $200. Otherwise, if you went to somebody else, the shit would be, let's just say, $110, right?
Right.
But this dude's selling for $200 because he bought it and he ain't making no profit. You actually believe that guy when he tells you that he's making no profit off that?
No.
No.
Yeah, dude. He's my dude. He's
He's my guy. I trust
yeah,
him.
he's my guy.
That's what I'm getting at, man.
No.
That's how they do it. I think Apple is like, well, it's fucking, they make up shit to be like, well, what do you got this? Like pharmaceutical companies, now they're being outed a lot of the times, but most of your life-saving medicine, they're making 3,000-4,000% profit
Yeah,
off of
but I
each
feel
pill.
like that's gonna change soon.
That I'm down for the cause. I don't
Did
care
you
who
see
changes it.
that, Mark Cuban.
Mark
launched his
Cuban's
thing?
Oh,
my
yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whoa,
So yeah, with him
Very excited
launching
for
his
Mark Cuban.
stuff, it's like way cheaper,
man, he's a shit for that.
and
I
therefore
love him.
they're either gonna just make an ass load of money in a very specific line of drugs, or they're gonna adjust and try to compete.
Well, and you know what? They should be forced to adjust and compete, and they should allow us to kind of take our health into our own hands in a way. Not so much, because we
Watch
do need
YouTube, learn how to make your meds.
Yeah, that's
We've talked about that.
What's his name?
Absolutely.
You can just ask Dr. Sex Woods. Get him to
Hamilton,
get you some pills together.
Yeah, and just die.
Hamilton Morris. That's what he talks about. Is like you can actually buy the straight up pharmaceutical chemicals from China, the companies that actually make the chemical, or you can at least buy the 2 or 3 that are used in the process of making it. And a lot of the processes are super simple and could be taught to people, and they can take their health in their own hands, right? And I think that's beautiful. And if you fuck it up, well, you chose to do DIY, life-saving medication, so that's on you, not us. But you get what I'm saying. I think it would be beneficial.
If people were smart enough to make their own medications, they'd also probably be smart enough to not be too poor to afford them.
Are too fat to need them.
Some of it's not an issue of being too poor. Some of them are thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but
that's ridiculous.
If you have Elon Musk money, you can afford it.
Who has Elon Musk money
Elon
other than
Musk.
Elon Musk?
Bezos
so
is
one
close.
dude can afford it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, the other billions of people are too poor for it.
That's ridiculous.
I wonder too, was Mark Cuban straight up like, I just want to help people, right? Or is there like a catch? I don't think there. I think he probably just
he makes like a percentage on it. He said,
right.
But no.
No, he was just being honest with people, I guess.
Yeah.
Because think about that. You have other companies that are hiding these things and keeping it cloaked. You know what I mean? And then you'll come out and be like, hey, I want to make 100% profit, maybe 200% profit on these pills. But guess what? They're going to be a fraction of what you're paying now for the same thing.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm going to make on it. I'm going to let you know up front that I am making a profit, but not as much as the other person. And I think people would respect it. Like when we talk to our customers, bro, and you give them like a range or even a high price, and we're like, dude, any fucking discount on any like time or material that we get is going to be passed to you. And you can see the receipts. We add 10% to the material to handle it, and we like break shit down way more than any other company. And the reason we do that is to be wide open as a company, fucking transparent and honest. And it's, even if we have to run a company, we have to make money, and we put a lot of time to fucking get here. So, you're paying for that. But it's better than the other guy. And here's why. And then give them a list of why. And I think that would benefit. I think Apple would benefit from, not being as shitty as they are sometimes. You know what I mean? I like them. Trust me. I love their products. But
this stuff's awesome.
Yeah.
But they answer to shareholders.
Yeah.
And there's the problem.
That's the thing that probably, I guess it doesn't need to change dramatically, but the whole shareholder thing, and because any company that's that big, literally it's like cameras, right? They haven't really upgraded much in the time that they come out with new cameras back to back and shit, right? But they have to continue to make profit to be considered a company that is profitable to their shareholders.
Yeah.
Say you make, 500% profit in a year, right? If you just continue to make the same 500% profit as that first year, you're still a profitable company. You don't have to continue to fucking drain people of their money, and trick them out of shit.
Yeah.
Trick them.
But they can, so they will.
Oh, yeah. And I said, I'm not like down in those people. I mean, I get it. Trust me. But I still think it's fucked.
Yeah. I don't like them.
I don't like them.
But, I don't even really care for people to live honestly either.
You just don't care about it.
They're just kind of in the way, too.
Everyone's in the way. You're all the problem.
Every last one of them.
I'm really excited about Mark Cuban.
Yeah, dude. Mark Cuban's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited about finally living in a fucking house again.
Oh, yeah, man.
It was so gross last night, like doing shit.
What do you mean, like the cleaning and stuff? Or?
Yeah, because her grandparents smoked in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had like ammonia and shit going on, like scrubbing the shit and getting it all paintable and trying to get the smell out of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
Oh.
nice to feel like I'm putting in work on home.
Yeah.
Home, bro.
But it's also still work and it sucks. So
that after smell, that stale cigarette smoke after smell, I have fucking hated that ever since I was a kid, man. I cleaned my grandfather's PC out. It was caked with that shit. And that smell, bro, I will remember. I fucking hate that smell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So I'm hoping we could just make a bunch of bacon and have candles going, and just cover it over.
It eventually
definitely
will go away.
It's a lot better than it was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
Good.
that's helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit'll go away.
It's not. Yeah, I'm not like down on people who smoke. Of course, I used to be a smoker and stuff, but like do that outside of your home. Like you don't want to.
It's my home.
I know that's the fucking hard part about it. And I know you want to be comfortable when you smoke a cigarette. I get the whole deal, but it's just like I don't know, man. I was always taught like smoke it outside of the house because if you go to resell or whatever, it makes you more money.
Well, I mean, the smokers, they're smoking there, and I assume they intend to die there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
While we were doing the shit, I was
With
like,
a
man,
cigarette in their
I
hand.
really wish that we were smokers so that we could just continue the trend of making it horrible.
Yeah. Like
You could
that.
just light a cigarette and put it in an ashtray.
Yeah.
Just keep doing
I don't
it.
know, just make it worse.
I think something I've noticed, like after being a smoker and stuff, like even when there was like a couple weeks where I transitioned to like vaping and stuff, and she still smoked, and although I wasn't like a hater because I'm like, well, whatever. But it was like, after a while and you're like done with that shit, it smells fucking terrible. It fucking makes you smell terrible. And I know that when you're walking into a smoker's house, even if they're not actively smoking or haven't for a little while before you get there, you got that shit on you when you leave.
Yeah, you reek of it.
Yeah.
It's
like
horrible.
Subway.
Yeah.
Except Subway smells delicious. Yeah.
You're walking around, smelling like some cold cuts.
With Subway, sometimes it does smell pretty cool, but other times I smell it on people. Like if I'm not in the mood for it, I'm just like, no, this is garbage.
Kind of makes you like, ugh. Like Subway, man.
Man, we went to Asian Pot the other day. It's on, I don't know what road it's on, but it's somewhere.
It's on one of them.
It's in the city. And I got some General Tso's. Maybe it was General Tso's or Kung Pao. Either way, I got some fucking chicken with some sauce and like a side of white rice. The white rice wasn't white, but it was delicious. It looked more yellow. It was weird. It was good though.
Yeah.
But then the chicken, it was so fucking much, dude. Like, not money wise.
Yeah.
There was so much fucking chicken. It was like they had like an entire like, I don't know, army of chickens back there, and they just gave me all of their meat.
Gotta get rid of
Must
the
have got a
chickens.
discount.
It made me happy though. Like the inside of the place was crap. It was like, this is not a sit down dining place. Like they had tables, but it looked like I don't know, somebody's poor cousin decided they wanted to, but yeah, the food was good, so it's great for takeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome.
Being there kind of depressed me though. It's like, oh, this is a horrible decision. Why? This is pretty good. Okay.
Pretty good.
Asian pet.
Bro, they've
Love to go there.
pretty much all Chinese food restaurants, dude, they load you up on like
Yeah.
I always have leftovers. I try to eat all the food on my plate,
Yeah.
and I always have leftovers when it comes to Chinese
So I
food.
didn't know how much they were gonna bring out, so like they also had sushi as an option.
Yeah.
So it's like a Chinese place with I guess it's an Asian place. It's in the name. But yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, let me get a Philly roll, and they brought that out and I ate it, and then they brought out my mountain of chicken. That's cool.
That's
I'm
rough.
gonna go there now.
Did you say you took the food home, or did you actually eat there?
Yeah.
I was wondering if you toughed it out and ate there.
I try. I mean, we did sit and eat some of it, but neither one of us could finish our whole thing. And she didn't even have sushi before.
Yeah,
She was
dude.
like, I'm hungry.
Can you actually get full on sushi?
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Have you ever?
Oh,
I've
for
never.
sure. Yeah.
I guess because they
absolutely.
wrap it in stuff that is like substance.
Mhm.
I usually get 2 rolls, And because I think, well, one's not enough, but two, it's a little bit much.
Really?
And then, oh God.
I always
I know
looked at
it's
those rows
misleading,
and I'm
but-
like,
Yeah.
huh. So one would probably be sufficient with some extra, side stuff.
If you get like an appetizer, you might be able to pull down a roll. Yeah, just go fucking eat some.
I can't
do an
I can't
experiment.
do it. I'll puke. I
No.
know it.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Oh,
It's about to be bloodshed.
like this cat's like, I'm gonna throw this button out there. I'm with you, Coop.
Fuck you, Coop. You ain't gonna do shit.
Oh, coop,
but-
doop,
oh, don't
poop,
put the button
stoop.
there. I was just
Yeah, put the button here.
Put that ass up,
Look, he's
dude.
just like hanging out like that.
A little Cooper Duper.
Hey, man. That was episode 153.
Yeah.
Go eat some sushi now.
Go eat some
Yeah,
sushi.
I was on your
sushi
side.
now.
I know. I think
I was trying to be support. No, fuck you. Not
Yeah,
now.
dude. Eat shit now.
Fuck it.
My ears.
No, man. We appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 153. I'm Adam. That's Ian. That's Sarah.
Hi.
Hi.
And we appreciate you watching. Please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, comment in the sections below.
I finished season 1 of The Boys.
Them boys. Wildly Uninteresting Podcast.